Her voice trembled when she called. Not enough for most people to notice. But I'm not most people. Hey, my keys aren't working, and my ATM card keeps getting declined. Is something wrong with the bank? A pause. A thin, delicate silence, sharp enough to cut open an entire marriage. I stared at the muted light flickering across my living room, a room she hadn't stepped into for 3 nights, even though she claimed she was studying late. I pressed the phone against my ear and let the tension stretch. "Didn't I mention?" I said quietly. I could hear her breathing, fast, shallow, confused, or pretending to be confused, hard to tell with her. The truth sat beneath my skin like a cold, vibrating wire. I had felt it for weeks, months maybe, but the moment that cracked everything open had arrived 6 days earlier. A simple question, a smile too rehearsed, a lie too casual. "So," I had said, "when's your law school graduation party?" She didn't even blink when she drove the knife in. "Oh, it already happened yesterday. Just close people were invited." Close people. Not me, the husband who worked overtime for 3 years to help her make it through school. She said it with a gentle shrug, like she was telling me the weather forecast. Then she kissed my cheek, light, dismissive, and left the house again. That was the moment something in me stopped begging for answers, stopped hoping, stopped pretending. And now, a week later, she was on the phone, terrified and clueless, waiting for me to explain why her world was collapsing. I leaned back, inhaled slowly. "Didn't I mention?" I repeated, letting the unfinished sentence coil around her like a noose. Her voice cracked. "Mention what?" I smiled, small, controlled, inevitable. "Everything. But not yet. Not until she heard it the way I needed her to." The night she mentioned the close people, something inside me froze. Not anger, not heartbreak. Recognition. A man knows when he's been erased, when he's been quietly pushed out of the picture of his own life. I watched her from the hallway that night, silhouetted by the glow of her laptop. She whispered and laughed softly with someone on a video call, a voice I didn't recognize, a voice that wasn't mine. She angled the screen away when she heard me get water. Her shoulders were too tense, her smile too bright, her eyes too guilty. People think betrayal is loud. Broken plates, slammed doors, dramatic confessions. But real betrayal? It's quiet, soft, skillful. It hides in the small moments, an almost erased message, a phone turned face down, a graduation party celebrated without the person who paid the tuition. I didn't confront her, didn't demand explanations. Explanations are for people who still want to stay. I simply watched, listened, collected. And the more I observed, the more the truth whispered itself to me in fragments. She wasn't studying late. She wasn't overwhelmed with exams. She wasn't too stressed to talk. She was building a life somewhere else, with someone else. I didn't have the whole story, not yet, but I had enough to start digging. Over the next week, I became a ghost in my home, silent, drifting, invisible. She noticed nothing. I tracked her bank statements. I accessed her cloud backups. I reviewed her phone logs while she slept deeply beside me, exhausted, not from studying, but from whatever kept her out until 3 a.m. The same number appeared every night, a number saved under a woman's name. Cute. Graduation photos surfaced, ones she never posted, ones with a man beside her, hand on her back, smiling like he belonged. Close people. She had moved her things to a small apartment near campus, an address I found through her rideshare receipts. I never confronted her, not once. The silence was more powerful than any accusation. And while she prepared her new beginning, I prepared her ending. Over 4 days, I rerouted every joint account. I secured the home in my name alone, something she never bothered to check during her studying. I froze the cards she took for granted. I reset every password she believed she knew. I locked the doors she assumed she still owned. And with every step, My mind grew calmer, sharper, colder. Betrayal has a way of burning you clean. The final piece arrived on Friday, a message screenshotted and forwarded to me anonymously. Her lover, congratulating her, calling her baby, thanking her for the perfect night after the ceremony, saying he loved celebrating with everyone who mattered. Everyone, except me. I didn't rage, I didn't cry. I simply closed the file, backed it up, and placed a printed copy on her side of the bed. When she came home that evening, she stared at it like it was a bomb. "What is this?" she whispered. I looked up from my book. "Your graduation party," I said. "The one I wasn't invited to." Her face drained. She tried to speak, excuse, appeal, invent. I didn't give her the chance. I stood, walked past her, and said, "You don't need to explain. Already know everything." And I did. She didn't understand the cost of lying until today. The phone call, the panic in her voice. My key, my card, everything's locked. What's happening? I finally finished the sentence I had started days earlier. "Didn't I mention," I said calmly, "that close people aren't always permanent people?" She gasped. I continued, steady and surgical. "You moved on. I accepted it. Now I'm moving on too. But where do I go? I don't have anything on me." "That," I said, "is not my problem anymore." The silence that followed was pure, crystalline fear. I ended the call. The house is quiet now, peaceful in a way it hasn't been in years. I walk past the framed certificates I paid for, the books she studied from, the life she built on my shoulders, and I feel nothing. Not hate, not sadness, just clarity. You can love someone so deeply you forget the ground you're standing on, until they pull it from beneath you. Then you learn to rebuild, higher, quieter, alone. I open a window. Cold air fills the room. She'll survive. People like her always do. But she'll never forget the moment she realized the truth. I wasn't the one who got left behind. She was. And that is the one detail, the one little thing I never mentioned until now.